Hey everyone, here are 3 simple steps to a fast and effective heavy metal detox. When I first started checking into heavy metal detoxing, I quickly became confused. There were either methods that had a ton of steps that were confusing and just too time consuming, or it was about eating a whole bunch of herbs, and those take about 42 days before it starts working, or at least that's how it was explained to me. And I was at the point in my health journey that I needed something fast and I didn't want to wait the 42 days. And I wasn't even sure if eating a whole bunch of herbs was going to really give me the heavy metal detox that I was looking for. All right, the first step is I take my water bottle and I fill it to the top with water. That's about 16 ounces. Now, you can already see some of it's missing. That's because I've been drinking it. Now, the second step is that I use EDTA. This is the back of the bag from bulk supplements. This is EDTA Disodium. This is what the front of the bag looks like. And let me show you what the powder looks like. That is just a fine white powder. That is what EDTA looks like. I take 1 teaspoon of the powder and I put it into the water bottle. And then the third step is you just shake it until it mixes in with the water. Now, when you first put it in, you'll see it floating around in the water, but as you mix it, it will begin to dissolve. Once it's mixed, I leave it on my nightstand, and every night before I go to sleep, I take a sip. And it's literally just 1 sip, not a large gulp. I'm not chugging it down or anything like that. That's how it was described to me. For me to consume EDTA as a heavy metal detox. EDTA pulls heavy metals out of our body by binding to them and allowing us to urinate them out. For me, EDTA has really helped with my energy levels and allowing me to be able to walk. When I first started EDTA, I was struggling to walk. I could walk a quarter of a mile on my best day. After I started EDTA, within a few days, I was walking a mile. Now, that's a very dramatic story, and not everyone will have the exact same results. I was having heavy metal leached into my blood system from a device that I had had surgically implanted. And apparently, it was leaching a lot of heavy metals for years into my body. And I was struggling trying to deal with the heavy metals. Now, those are the 3 steps that I take to make my EDTA solution. Now, that's how it was described to me to take EDTA. I know there's a lot of confusion because there are also capsules as well as the powder on the market. I have stuck with the powder just because that's how it was described to me, and it has worked. And I just haven't wanted to change the method because it's working. This is very fast and effective. I felt the EDTA working on the first day, which sounds very dramatic, but I had very high levels of metal in my body. That is a slow but effective way to use as a metal chelator. Some people will use EDTA intravenously because it is so poorly absorbed in our digestive tract. However, it was mentioned to me to do the digestive tract method because it's very slow yet still effective, because my health at the time was very poor and I didn't want to do large amounts of EDTA rapidly. Now, on the market, you will find EDTA Disodium like the one I have, and you will also find EDTA calcium disodium. I typically use the EDTA calcium disodium. I accidentally got this one instead because the EDTA calcium disodium was sold out. I have since found another resource and just ordered another bag of EDTA calcium disodium. And the difference between the two is the calcium disodium will not pull the calcium out of your bones. But both types are used as a heavy metal chelator. And the way that I've described it in the 3 simple steps is a very slow but effective way to do a heavy metal detox. Now, I am probably not the typical heavy metal type of person, and my detox has lasted for over a year. So for over a year, I have taken EDTA 1 sip or 2 sips a day to be able to live an almost normal life. When I stopped the EDTA, I have a lot of issues that are being caused by heavy metals because I had so much of the heavy metal circulating throughout my body. Typical people might need it a whole lot less. Like you might do it for a few weeks, feel better, be able to come off of it, and then live a typical life. And then in a few months, maybe do a few more weeks. It's really up to you. We are all individuals. I have no idea what will work for you. I can only describe what has worked for me. So those are the 3 simple steps that I use to detox from heavy metals. And it's literally chelating the heavy metals out of my body by binding to the heavy metals and then allowing me to urinate it out. It is a faster way than eating herbs every day and waiting for the 42 days before it takes effect or before it kicks in. There are other types of heavy metal detoxes with a lot of steps that I just couldn't be bothered with. This is the method that I use and continue to use, and I do very well with. And I hope this clears it up for you so that you are able to make decisions about your own health.